All who play and love the game of Minecraft have at some point dreamt up ways to further improve it. Perhaps that is why the game's official feedback website, which functions as a direct line to Mojang, is so popular. But just like the many community-led suggestion forums before it, feedback.minecraft.net is far from perfect. Fortunately, there are solutions to overcoming its flaws, some of which we will outline in this video. One of the major differences between this site and others is how posts are marked as duplicate merely from the title. This is unfair for a number of reasons. Suggestions may be wildly different from each other and be similar only in name. For example, two suggestions that both want to add a new mob that coincidentally share a name may have completely different spawning, behavior, drops, and uses. Moreover, posts may be a carefully crafted collection of ideas, and if the post is removed, these extra ideas, as well as the relationships between them, are lost. When a suggestion is marked as duplicate, it is removed, and the user is asked to post it as a comment on the original suggestion. However, the feedback site has no infrastructure to encourage collaboration or conversation, giving the original suggestion an unfair advantage. A thread-based commenting system, the ability to upvote comments, and an in-browser inbox would keep brainstorming in the comments readable and organized. Reddit uses these to great effect. All too often, a post with the unique ideas may not get the attention it deserves because it has been unnecessarily lumped together with a post of the same name. Furthermore, some suggestions are poorly expressed in terms of grammar and details, and forcing users to post their variations underneath it sets a low bar for future posts. If the rules on duplicates are relaxed, then they may be replaced with updated ones over time, which would inspire devs and community members alike. This means more care needs to be taken when deciding if a post is a duplicate. Simple ideas such as husks should drop sand have little room for variation, so it makes sense to remove duplicates of those. However, more complex suggestions have many different interpretations and should be treated as such. It's not a good idea to judge a book by its cover, but unfortunately, the site's general attitude to suggestions is quantitative. The intent of the feedback site is to vote on high-level suggestions, not on the details of implementation. Those are to be left to the comments. But you can't reliably judge a concept without knowing how it will be added. The Phantom is a painfully recent example of this. The concept of a flying monster isn't intrinsically bad, but its implementation has made its current state more of a nuisance than a challenge. Likewise, you can have two separate posts with the same premise and have them be completely different. If you like one but hate another, you can't show that by voting on the high-level concept alone, with no clue of its potential function or gameplay value. This problem is only made worse with the recently imposed 1500 character limit, the rationalization being that ideas don't need to be excessively long or detailed to be great or interesting. The problem is, ideas dealing with complex and/or controversial topics often require extra analysis, precise language, and detail. Moreover, potential concerns with the idea also need to be addressed in the body of the post, adding to the character count. If the feedback site is to become the primary place for brainstorming and suggestions, it needs to treat them as a piece of art, not a commodity that has to fit limited, superficial standards. Though solving these problems would make it on par with Reddit, if we want to create an environment that encourages people to improve their ideas, a more qualitative approach must be taken. More detailed suggestions of course have less chance to get added verbatim, but they provide the developers with inspiration, which means they are more likely to have an impact on the game. They're just as important as the smaller posts, and should be treated as such. The feedback site's only visible metric of success is the voting button, and although users cannot vote without clicking on the post, they can still vote without explaining their reasoning. This can lead to suggestions becoming popular from external support on YouTube and Reddit, effectively gaming the system. Ideas that are seen as long overdue, or focus on small changes that are easy to digest and upvote, also tend to get popular. This can draw attention away from groundbreaking posts and thoughtful analysis of the game's mechanics. People need to be encouraged to provide quality critique as well as quality suggestions. The one idea that would truly transform feedback.minecraft.net into a haven for creativity would be the implementation of ratings. In addition to receiving upvotes, comments could include a post rating from 1 to 5 stars. If this has potential for abuse, ratings could be limited to people who regularly contribute meaningful feedback. Even better, they could suggest edits to the post, offering a higher rating if they are approved. Additionally, to encourage in-depth ideas, perhaps only posts above a certain word count could be rated. The ability to hide sections of text behind a button, similar to the Minecraft forum spoiler feature, would allow even more organization of detailed ideas. The addition of ratings would foster an environment where people can learn how to improve their ideas and even gain further inspiration. When a suggestion is posted, it would first gain community approval via upvotes before being properly critiqued by ratings and commenters with regards to things like balancing, thematic suitability, morality, and value, amongst other criteria. Then the developers could sort by highest rated posts so they can give their professional opinion and the final word, whereas if they're looking for popular suggestions, they would sort by upvotes. Minecraft is an amazing game, with developers that are dedicated and passionate about both the game and the community. There's more community involvement than almost any other popular game out there, and the recent updates have targeted the areas of the game that needed it the most. But if the feedback site continues to be treated as a source of hollow statistics instead of inspiration for the developers, innovation and creativity will continue to be stifled. I had an idea for the quiver where it replaced the hotbar with its inventory when charging up a bow or a crossbow, allowing you to easily select your projectile. It got 200 likes on Twitter, but it got removed from the feedback site because there was already a quiver suggestion, which was basically a shulker box but only for arrows. My friend Machu Picchu had an idea to completely overhaul the nutrition system, which achieved over 250 votes on Reddit. He had to break it into 3 posts for it to fit under the word count. And Endergy created a new endbiome with beautiful visuals and interesting mechanics, which gathered 500 upvotes and caught the attention of YouTuber Cubfan, and that was removed too. These are just a few examples of the countless ideas that are discarded every day. Something needs to change, and it needs to change now. If you agree with these ideas and sentiments and want the feedback site to change, please share this video around and upvote related posts that I've linked in the description. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. Special thanks to Machu Picchu who co-wrote this video. We've got more content like this planned, and even have a few series in the works, so if you subscribe and hit the bell, you'll be notified of those once they're up. If you want to join the discussion, feel free to join our community, which includes a Discord with channels to brainstorm ideas and discuss virtually any topic related to Minecraft, as well as a subreddit for submitting amazing suggestions. It's all in the description down below. Until next time, stay abnormal.